As things stand on points difference at the top of the Betfred Championship, looking to go 2 points clear with a win here. And O'Brien now about to get this second period underway. So Dewsbury in the shape of Knowles. Takes forward immediately. Michael Knowles goes on the offensive for the Dewsbury Rams. Had a fantastic first 40 minutes. How he played the ball. It was picked up cleanly though by Robbie Ward.
Well, wasn't that a good strong carry from Michael Knowles? Brian McDermott would have said we don't want any sloppy defence in this second half, and it would be disappointed with that first tackle.
It was Kyle Trout. Some strong carries from Dewsbury, a real feature of that first period, and they've started with more of the same in this second 40. Robbie Ward gets the ball away for Tom Garrett.
Just rolling forward, aren't they? Dewsbury, nothing special, nothing fancy.
Michael Knowles, nice kick again. Good chase.
So you see again Adam Ryder just trying to hold up Rawsthorne, not let him get to ground. But exactly the same attitude in defence, hitting in numbers. Those dual hits on the likes of Higson and Matty Russell here as he gets the ball. Big shot from Robbie Ward. Wow, we don't see many players do that to Matty Russell. He's one of the best returners of the ball that I've seen play the game for a number of years. And have a little look at Robbie Ward there. He hits him around the ball, and Matty Russell just makes the mistake. So straight from the kickoff, you've got Michael Knowles that has gone through. And then obviously, when Toronto have got the ball, it's all about defence. And that little man there, Robbie Ward, comes up with a big shot, dislodges the ball on Matty Russell.
So a great chance for Dewsbury Rams to extend the lead early second half as Adam Ryder, another impressive performer in that first 40, takes the ball in. That's Knowles.
Andy, come on.
Can't escape
going early.
The clutches of Dixon though.
Move.
Bob Bezic in there.
Go,
His opposite number, Robbie Ward. Carry from Fields. Ward's going to try and pitch one himself here, Robbie Ward. Repelled by 3 initially. Lussick in there.
Too long.
Too long in the tackle, says the referee, Michael Manifield.
Well, you'd imagine now that they're going to go for 2 points here, and yes, they do. They go for 2 points. Paul Sykes straight away signals to the post, this is what we're going to do. On every occasion that they've been down here, they opted to go for the 2 points.
First half where he's arguing the decision. We've got to be careful. We've got to be careful how we're discussing it. Right? I don't mind players engaging with me.
Michael Knowles unlucky with a drop goal attempt which hit the post late on first half, and now they look for 2 scores in the shape of Paul Sykes.
Don't worry about him.
Brian McDermott watching on.
I get that.
Well, a penny for his faults now. Josh McCrone just questioning the referee and talking to the referee, saying that when Dewsbury are in the tackle, they're holding onto the ball, they're making it slow for us. But we've received a couple of penalties on the back of that same player when we've been defending. Paul Sykes, you can see the focus, the concentration there to knock over another 2 points.
1 minute, Paul.
Fourth goal of the game for Paul Sykes. Extends Dewsbury's advantage. The Rams ahead now by 12 points to 4.
Good start in this second half. I said Michael Knowles coming up with that break from the start. And then some good play from Robbie Ward to dislodge the ball.
Okay.
O'Brien with the restart. Knowles underneath it.
Andrada with a strong carry here.
Go on.
Good first up again from Andrada off the bench.
Morton. Move. Hold it, Tom. Hold.
Go. The tackle of Andy Ackers. Luke Hooley now.
Surrender. Stand.
An effect of the injury he suffered early on in that first period. Bravely to carry it to the line. Kyle Trout.
You're finding it difficult to turn him on his back and slow him down, Kyle Trout.
Warrency. Strong carries again from Dewsbury. Still going. Higson has to come in. Lussick for a second effort.
Go, 5.
Last one. Michael Knowles
Give 10.
off
Robert,
the right
Robert.
boot. Another challenging kick, testing kick.
1, move!
Rawstorn underneath that, did really well. Look where Russell is though when he collects this. Thought about the offload, the
Surrender!
tacklers were hunting there.
The kick chase, and the next 3 players on the back of that, I think is what has led to just Dewsbury side leading by 8 points. When they kick the ball, they're working hard. See Rob Warranty come in then, he tried to get a shot across. Some of his defenders, which probably isn't what's needed. Stay focused, do your job. Gadwin Springer here. And a strong carry.
The energy in this Dewsbury defence,
40.
a real feature of this performance.
Give 10 here, give 10 here.
Lee Green would be delighted with that. So they pick up possession just 30 metres away from their own line.
It's immense. All you've got to do is outwork your opposite. Whether he's played international rugby and you haven't, it doesn't really matter. It's 2 players on the day. What's your mindset, what's your focus, what are you going to do? And I'm sure a lot of these Dewsbury players have gone into this game thinking, I'm going to outplay my opposite.
3, move! Here we are, Tom.
The tackle of McCrone and Dixon.
4, move!
He's a handful, isn't he, Andrade?
Matty, you're off.
Yeah, another
Matty
strong
Russell.
run.
On now.
And now Warranty.
He's looked for work throughout this game.
Get up. 5.
Robbie Ward wants the penalty. He's not going to get it on the last one. Here is Sykes.
Rockman, give 10.
Good kick. O'Brien underneath that. 20-metre restart coming up and some relief. For the first time really in the second period for Toronto.
Well, good positioning from Gareth O'Brien at the back. He is a player that doesn't really panic in those situations, which is what you want from the man who's defending your try line.
Go.
Gadwin Springer.
Andrade
in there.
Wait, 9. Go, 1.
Mullally over halfway.
Yeah, high shot here from Andrade on Mullally. Closer up, Andrade gets out. He can see which man's getting the ball. They've got a big bench, haven't they, Toronto?
On your line.
And he comes across, he hits him high.
One of the tallest men in this Toronto team as well, Anthony Mullally.
1, move! Here we are, Kyle. Robbie Ward, you're
Dixon
off.
who plays the ball.
Robbie, you're off.
Gadwin Springer.
Robbie Ward, told you
Robbie
twice.
Ward offside.
Well, the
Dewsbury
referee-
Rams concede a penalty.
The referee trying to work with Robbie Ward, telling him he's offside. Should have stayed out then.
Gilt-edged opportunity then for Toronto Wolfpack as Springer takes the ball in.
Hold! Go.
It's 5 metres away. Andy Ackers. It's O'Brien.
2, move! Jordan,
Solid hit from Walshaw. Tackles in the back though for the Wolfpack, and this is Olberson.
Careful!
They're firing in from everywhere. Dewsbury.
Igbenidian with the tackle. Andy Ackers. Could have been an intercept from Warranty. Russell's put a foot in touch there.
Toronto ball.
Well, Rob Warranty went for it.
Ball. Shot clock on.
I realised that they were short
Touch
on
him
numbers. You could see that if he doesn't catch or if he doesn't go for that ball, it's a 2-on-1. If it's a 2-on-1, you would imagine that Toronto scored a try there. The skill that they've got on either edge. And Matty Russell,
Right. Shot clock off.
obviously they get the ball back here. Another big set here for Dewsbury.
A big test coming up for the Rams. That's Josh McCrone. Sends in the tackle of Trout.
1, move!
Ackers. This is Springer, Gadwin Springer.
Short, 2.
Trying to run through Andrade there. That was Wallace. Something for the telly, perhaps. Sykes, and particularly Walshaw, brilliant in defence. Olberson.
4, move!
Strong run from him. Ackers goes the other way. Could still be something here. Blake Wallace.
5, move, Robbie! Hold your line. Hold your line.
And that's Mullally trying to get a try. His first try for Toronto, but he's repelled.
Go cool it.
That's a real poor play, that on your last tackle.
Gadwin.
just to give it to a prop forward who's going to try and use his size and his weight to get over the try line. You need to come up with better players like that.
But Dewsbury do pick up possession just a metre or so from their own line.
There's a bit of a negative on a couple of players in the second half from Dewsbury. You need to make sure that they're pushing up, supporting the man who's carrying the ball. Well, if you're carrying the ball and you're going on your own, it's easy for the defenders to pick it out. See the 3 men now have picked out Chris Anakin, which makes it a slow play, the ball. Gadwin Springer then, wow. Big shot on the substitute Callum Field.
Mullally was in there as well. Field didn't like the tackle.
Outside.
Sykes gets the kick away.
Outside.
O'Brien not interested in that, and a good set for Dewsbury.
Well, just outside the 40, wasn't it? Paul Sykes. You see when he kicks the ball, and all the experience in the world, he knows exactly what he's trying to do. He's not going to loft it in the air for Gareth O'Brien to catch on the full. He's going to make it difficult, keep it low to the ground, let it bounce along the ground, and even if it doesn't go off the field, it's still difficult for Gareth O'Brien to try and stop it, pick it up cleanly, and then go on the attack.
Let's get him going, Bob.
Sykes, season campaign, England international.
Luke. Shot clock off, out.
Russell.
Whoa!
3 in there waiting for him.
Go. Marcus!
Good run from Dixon though. Andrew Dixon gets through the first line of defence, and Michael Knowles with a good tackle alongside Robbie Ward. Decent play the ball. Now Rose Thorne on the back of that. Pushing over the sideline. Never an option, but really good defence. Ackers. That's McCrone. Crossfield run. Something here perhaps as O'Brien gets the ball wide. Matty Russell. Good tackle from Sykes.
Hold here.
Kyle Trout in there as well. Mullally.
Looking to get his arm free with an offload, but again, Grant strong in contact on Mullally.
Great work from Anakin to lock that ball up as well. That's Bezic. And the ball.
And Gareth O'Brien just losing it on them sweeping plays that he's renowned for in the game. He's coming across, he's trying to make the numbers up. Can't take the ball.
Time's off.
And Michael Knowles and Adam Ryder doing well. Decent tackle from Paul Sykes on Matty Russell. He had to be good in that area.
Yeah, look cool, he's got it.
The disappointed Gareth O'Brien, and Paul Sykes, well, he'll be really happy as the Dewsbury captain.
Time back on.
Toronto's turn to hunt the mistake. Springer in defence first up.
Move, Bob! Wait! Go on.
Robbie Ward's pass.
Help! Release!
Adam Ryder's looked strong every time he's carried the ball, and when he carries the ball like that, look, he's on his side a penalty. You get rewarded in rugby league. If you're willing to do the hard stuff, when you're down there your try line, you're taking the ball forward, you know you're going to get belted because the defence is nice and compressed.
This line, boys.
He's done a decent job. Adam Ryder, been very impressed with him.
No, he's got hold.
As things stand, Sheffield will stay top of the Betfred Championship, and Toronto's 100% start will come to an end. Field for Dewsbury. 3 desperate to make the tackle. Springer, Mullally among them.
Gadwin kick coming, Gadwin! On now. Howell, 3. Move! Hold here, hold Andy.
Crone's tackle. Luke Hooley in there. Now Kyle Trout.
Howell! Release 4. Go. Gadwin's okay.
Great run from Robbie Ward.
He's okay.
He's going on the back every time that Trout gets a quick play the ball. He's off, isn't he?
Tom Alberson had to be alive to shut that danger down, and the kick comes in. Comes forward off Warrensey.
20.
So 20 metre restart.
As soon as that ball goes in the air, he's looking around and thinking, who's going to be with me? Who am I going to tap the ball back to? Ball goes forward. Matty Russell. He's ushering his opposite Adam Higson in, trying to give him the ball for the first carry.
Move! Hold right, Paul!
Half an hour to go.
Markers need to work hard. You know, every time Matty Russell goes in behind to play the ball, he's going to scoot. He's not going to pass the ball. You can split and try and put pressure on him. Again, Latelli, as a marker, you've identified who's going to carry the ball next, and if there's a centre or a winger around that ruck area, you can get out and put real pressure on them.
What's that?
Knock on though from Ricky Latelli.
What's it on the ground?
Speaking of real pressure, that's the pressure that they're putting on themselves now, isn't it? Ricky Latelli, there's 4 players in, bringing him down. The former NRL star, you can see as he plants the ball on the ground, he doesn't control it, he loses it.
We're all here. All right, Andrew, get him bound.
Mistake.
Chris, get him locked. Robin, lock him up.
Real pedigree in shape of Ricky Latelli, perhaps indicative of the pressure that Dewsbury are putting on this Toronto side. They have possession again now.
Well, there's pedigree right the way through that Toronto side, and if you look at the Dewsbury side, there's a lot of players there with experience, like we said before. There's players there who might have been shown the door at such a young age, and they can win the penalty. Tom Alberson all over Walshaw. He's a big man, Walshaw. And obviously when they carry the ball, the likes of him and Harrison out wide, they do cause issues to the defenders, and 3 players there. As the referee's trying to work with them and tell them that the tackle's complete, they give the penalty away.
Tom Alderson, 2 games on loan at Dewsbury from Bradford in 2013.
One, move! Hold that neck, hold it.
Sykes. Now Callum Field.
Move! Line. 2.
Robbie Ward. Knowles. Into Dixon.
3, move Andrew! Hold it that neck, wait more. Go, well done, 3.
Ward. Sykes. Strong one from Anakin again.
4!
Been outstanding for Dewsbury this afternoon. And a penalty for the Rams.
Yeah, well, there we go. I agree with you. He has been outstanding. I wonder what his coach down at Wakefield would be thinking of Chris Anakin. The Wakefield forwards playing really well this year. Chris Anakin knows he's got to be on top form, especially in front of the Sky cameras here, and send the message to the coach that, yeah, I'm still here, I want to play.
Anthony Mullally, the guilty party.
Yeah, he's come back into the look there, that's fine. Okay, Josh. All right, okay. Okay,
Still
no problem.
8 points the difference.
Imagine they go for 2 points here, yeah, lining it up. Sykes again. And my point before about this Toronto side littered with stars, you look at Dewsbury, a lot of players in that side that have been let go by Super League clubs because they weren't quite ready, so they've dropped down to Championship, really making a name for themselves and telling some Super League sides that, yeah, we're still here, we're about. And obviously some lads who are playing on dual reg with them.
Paul Sykes adds 2 more points and opens up a 10-point lead for Dewsbury. The Rams ahead now by 14 points to 4.
Well, he set out, didn't he, with the same intent. I'll just keep knocking over those penalties. That's the 4th penalty now that he's kicked. 8 points he's kicked in this game through the penalties. Doing exactly what he was doing.
Dewsbury on course for their 2nd win of the season. They also beat Swinton here.
1,
Morton.
move! Here we are, hold, go, 1.
Luke Hooley.
Surrender! Stand! 2. To surrender, drops his knees. 2.
Robbie Ward. And now Adam Ryder.
3, move! Here we are, 3. That's it.
Springer with the tackle. Warrency in there.
Play on. Adam on the mark.
To Dixon.
Help! Release! 4.
Robbie Ward, Michael Knowles.
Outside.
Another fantastic kick from Michael Knowles. Pens Toronto deep in their own half. They know the scoreboard's with them. That's exactly what's required.
Well, he's so skillful, isn't he? Michael Knowles, to kick that ball, and for the coach, Lee Greenwood, to have a lot of faith in him, saying, yeah, I know that signed you as a back rower, but I've seen the skills in training, know exactly what you can do.
Let's lock him up then.
He's been a good pro in this championship.
Josh lock in, Luke head in, shot clock off.
Simon Brown unavailable for Lee Greenwood this afternoon. So Michael Knowles moving into those half-back positions. He's bossed this one so far.
Been a big key feature that in Dewsbury's defence. How many times that within 10 metres of their own line, they're hitting, they're holding him up, they're driving him backwards.
That time it was Kyle Trout on Higson. To his feet uncomfortably, Adam Higson. There have been some big hits out there.
Yeah, that's another one on all the Dewsbury players thinking that was a knock-on, then appealing to the referee. He wasn't having any of it.
Daniel Igbenidian with the latest. Springer finding meters so difficult. Toronto. Darcy Lussick on halfway on the last. And a knock-on from Blake Wallace. Under pressure to get the kick away. They've been under pressure all afternoon, in truth. And another mistake for Toronto.
Well, that's what you call a defensive win. There was nothing wrong with the pass from Josh McCrone from the dummy half position. But Blake Wallace, was he looking at the defenders in front of him? Was he feeling the pressure from the inside? That the defenders seemed to get out and exert that pressure.
Okay, time on. Go.
So Dewsbury get the possession back. Alberson with the tackle.
Josh, I'm referee, not you.
Luke Hooley
surrender.
takes the ball in himself.
Stand.
Bezic, the tackle on him. Here is Rob Warrency now.
Doing an awful lot of work, carrying the ball.
3, move, Ryan.
And again, to try and
it's holding. Go,
get a quick play of the ball. Unfortunately, he can't do that for Dewsbury.
But they're carrying the ball error-free as well.
Help! Release! Give it out. Get out. Warning. Team warning. Go.
Josh McCrone is caught in the ruck. And he's saying to the referee that Luke Hooley, the number 35 for Dewsbury, look, he pulls him. Just have a little look at this. When he's trying to lift him, look, there's a little pull of his shirt. He pulls him in. And then all of a sudden, he can't get set at marker. So Dewsbury get another penalty, and you think it's going to be exactly the same again. 2 points from Paul Sykes.
Central position again. As we move into the last quarter. Can't afford to give a kicker of the calibre of Paul Sykes these opportunities. 5 from 6 this afternoon so far. This for a 12-point lead then. Paul Sykes steps up, flags go up. 16-4 now in favour of the Dewsbury Rams.
Well, Josh McCrone is caught at the bottom. You can see the number 7 shirt. Look at the number 35. Just has a little tug. And for that second, they've got a team warning here. And you can see Josh McCrone saying to the referee, he was pulling my shirt. I couldn't get set at marker because of the infringement. Well, Paul Sykes, he won't be bothered. He's knocked over yet another 2 points. I said at the start of the game, Ben, if I was a Dewsbury player and I was getting penalties, as Toronto go for the short one, I'd probably be looking to run them. Well, good job I'm not playing in the Dewsbury shirt today.
I think they've proved you wrong with the strategy, Tez, to be honest. 16-4. Igbenidian. McCrone puts the shoulder in.
Still can't get him down though, can they?
Still okay.
Rob Warrency refuses to go to ground. The referee happy with this.
Well, Gadwin Springer thought that was complete. But Bezic just upends. Rob Warrency just makes sure that he's okay, the winger. Former teammates at Halifax back in the day. Warrency and Bob Bezic.
3, release!
Walshaw. Kyle Trout now.
4, move, line!
Alberson with the tackle. Sykes, Knowles. Another good kick.
Play up.
Good positioning from Higson as well to collect the ball in these conditions.
Yeah, he did. He did do well. See what the attitude's like again here. Look at that line speed from Dewsbury. Robbie Ward, the number 9. come on from the bench. Certainly made a big impact, hasn't he? The ex-Leeds player.
Russell passes this time for O'Brien. Latelli. Big hit though from Warrency. They tried to go wide. They've tried to go through the middle. That hasn't worked for them. They're trying to shift the ball wide now. And Dewsbury finding the answer there as well. Field with a tackle here on Lussick.
You're right, Ben. They're struggling to get forward, trying to play their way out of trouble.
40.
Do manage to get the kick away though.
Yeah, give 10 minutes. Okay.
Cooley underneath it. Wallace with the tackle.
Well, Ryan Brierley now on the field for Toronto with that kick. It's easy to spot him, isn't it, in the bright, clean jersey.
Riley with his first involvement in 2019 for Toronto.
3, move!
Walshaw under the tackle of Wallace. Crone as well.
Go, 3.
Short side play from Robbie Ward.
Move, Ricky!
Inching closer again, Dewsbury Rams. Hooley.
5, move, Tom! 10's here, Josh. Go, 5.
Beninian will play it. Sykes looking for a drop goal himself, Paul Sykes. And it's gone right through the middle of the uprights. And so Dewsbury now lead by 17 points to 4. Michael Knowles missed the target, hit the post in fact in the first period. Paul Sykes makes no mistake in the second, and a crucial one-pointer added to the Dewsbury total.
Well, he's been outstanding, hasn't he, the old stage, Paul Sykes. I've been watching him in the game, what he's doing.
Stay behind. Stay behind.
When he's not touching the ball, well, he's certainly pointing all his forwards in the right direction. He's telling them what sort of points on the field he wants them to land before they can set up some shifts or for drop goals or any sorts of attacking plays. He's certainly controlling them and bossing them around.
That drop goal puts Dewsbury 3 scores clear as O'Brien hoists it high.
Yeah.
On 10, Wallace comes up with it.
1, move, Robbie!
Good response from Toronto, but they need to put some points on the board quickly, you feel.
Yeah,
they've got the ball back, crucially.
With 16 minutes to go now, you don't want them playing up near your try line because they will throw caution to the wind and throw the ball around.
This is Darcy Lussick.
3, moved, Kyle. Wait. Go, 3.
McCrone. Brierley.
Okay, it's okay, that.
That's O'Brien.
4, move! 10's here. Go, 4.
This is Bezic now. Into opposite number Ward, first up.
Move, Kyle!
Finished off by Trout.
Go, 5.
McCrone.
Okay.
Puts a kick in. Brierley's chasing this, and Brierley has scored, has he? Could be at some personal cost. He's okay, Ryan Brierley. And he's got Toronto's try here, their second of the game. And the Wolfpack right back in this one. His first try of the championship season, his first involvement today. And within 10 minutes or so of coming on the field, Ryan Brierley has put Toronto right back into this match.
Well, there's no luck in this try, but there's luck from Ryan Brierley that the gate was open there and he went straight through it. No, Josh McCrone comes up with the kick. They needed that. His first involvement was a kick, then the try, and they've kicked that 2 points as well. Back in the game now.
Double figures as well, courtesy of the boot of Gareth O'Brien. 17-10 now.
Oh, good play, wasn't it, from Josh McCrone to that man, Ryan Brierley. Well, that's what you want. Every time that you send a sub on the pitch, you want them to make an impact. Whether it be coming up with a try or coming up with a tackle. Ryan Brierley's done that.
His first appearance since the 28th of July, Ryan Brierley. Already on the mark.
Time's off.
These later stages, tears are going to be something to watch. They've dragged themselves right back into this. They haven't played well. I'm sure Brian McDermott will acknowledge that after this, but they haven't been allowed to by this Dewsbury defensive performance. And yet they're right back in this at 17-10.
Out the full.
So out on the full now, they get a penalty on halfway. And the last 2 shots we saw was Ryan Brierley and Josh McCrone, and with those 2 players on the field, Josh McCrone pulling all the strings. Ryan Brierley, he can score tries. We saw that over his career. He's a freak, isn't he, when you look at his stats? But now he can't gift the ball, easy ball to this Toronto side.
Gilt-edged opportunity then for Toronto from the restart out on the full, and Alberson takes it first up. This is Bezic. Edwin Springer. Didn't think about the offload for a second, shut down by Trout. Looking for back-to-back tries here, the Wolfpack. They could have back-to-back tries here, over the line. Desperate defence from Luke Hooley, it's Blake Wallace, and he's been awarded the 4-pointer. Has he got it, Blake Wallace? The referee's whistle confirms the try for Blake Wallace. It's 2 in a couple of minutes for Toronto Wolfpack. They were staring down the barrel, and now with the kick to come, they could be just 1 point behind.
Well, you look at this now, Bob Bezic that goes at the line. And the Dewsbury players are saying to the referee that, look, I was impeded. But Blake Wallace plays to the whistle, gets over the line, and the referee awards it.
Gareth O'Brien's conversion, I should say, narrows the scores to just 1 point, 17 points to 16 in favour of Dewsbury now.
Well, we don't have the video referee, and Robbie Ward saying that he was impeded then. He was the next man, and he could have got to Blake Wallace. The ref said, no, I saw it, I'll play on. And Blake Wallace,
time off
again, awarded by the referee. And that's how quick that they can get you. You kick out on the full, you give that field position, the attacking threats, the dangers that they have.
3 tries in a row for Blake Wallace. And Toronto with their tails up now. Hickson met by 4 tacklers. Big shot from Harrison. Absorbing contest. Moves towards the last 10 minutes.
Step sideways, he stepped sideways.
1 point the difference. Godwin Springer.
Darcy looks like the prop forward from Toronto, just urging his team forward, just telling him to get forward. Joshua Crone tries it, he's tackled by Callum Field.
Toronto 17-4 down just 4 minutes ago.
Move! 10's here. Hold here.
Anybody's game now.
Keep coming, Callum.
Gareth O'Brien. Really good take from Morton.
Well, Ryan Brierley, Gareth O'Brien, doing everything to put Dale Morton off. He comes up with it, does all the hard work, and then he makes the mistake, the simplest job that he's got to do. He's caught the ball under pressure. You can see as soon as he catches it, he's hit. His next job is, I've got to get up, I've got to play it. You can see that he releases him, he just can't quite straddle over the top of Gareth O'Brien. Makes the mistake.
Make the score.
Could be a costly one as far as Dewsbury Rams are concerned. What have Toronto got here?
Out. Off his foot.
For 3 tries in a row.
Good work out the scrum from Owen Harrison there, the number 36.
O'Brien catches a knee on his way to play that ball, and now Springer.
2, move!
Camped under the post. That's Brierley. Really nice ball for Gareth O'Brien. Has he got over the line?
Yeah, he's on the line there, Gareth O'Brien.
Gareth O'Brien gives Toronto Wolfpack the lead. It's been a massive examination of Brian McDermott's side, but Gareth O'Brien puts them in front for the first time in Dewsbury. His 2nd try in the championship this season, and 3 tries in 5 minutes have turned this match on its head.
Well, that shows how confident they are and how good they are as well. Toronto, they've been second best in most departments in this game. Well, that man talked about his sweeping lines before. He comes onto that ball off Ryan Brierley, and you can see he's just got too much speed. He gets on the outside of Michael Knowles. He executes that play, times the run to perfection, and goes in for the try.
You have to feel for the Dewsbury Rams. It's been a monumental defensive effort from them. That try from Gareth O'Brien has put the Wolfpack in front. And now goes to improve his own 4-pointer. That's a great kick. Rubs a bit of salt into the Dewsbury wound there. And so Toronto now ahead by 22 points to 17.
Yeah.
You look at the scoreboard and you think Dewsbury have crossed the line a few times, but they've only scored one try in this game. Gareth O'Brien, well, he goes in for Toronto's 4th try. And again, it shows defensively how good Dewsbury have been in this game, and how good Toronto have been all year, really, just to concede 4 tries in the games they've played so far. They go short here.
Paul Sykes with the short kick-off. It's taken really well by Dixon.
Just dropped a couple of metres further than what he would have wanted, Ben.
Almost
Oh, he's lost it.
Rawsthorne who's lost it. I was going to say a knock-on. It is a knock-on, and so Ryder can continue now for Dewsbury.
Well, they've got nothing to lose here. 7 minutes to go on the clock. 5 points behind. They need to score quickly.
So in Harrison.
Go on.
Day. Kabula. Crowley, Springer in the tackle there.
Two.
So now it's Kyle Trout.
3, move! That's it! Come on, go 3.
Converted Trout would, of course, put Dewsbury back in front, and Knowles gets the ball away for Sykes. This now, Lucas Walshaw.
4, move, please!
Can he conjure up here now, Paul Sykes?
Hold your line.
Walshaw plays the ball for Hooley. Here is Sykes. His pass for Knowles, loses his footing, gets the ball off the deck to Ryder, who does really well. As that ball unfolded, and the referee has given a penalty.
He got the call from the sideline. He wasn't quite sure.
Shot clock on.
See, loses the ball, it goes forward, goes into Sam Day's hands. They give the penalty away now. They knew that they needed that ball. They need another repeat set of 6. If they didn't score a try, they give the penalty away. Back chatting to the referee. He's never going to change his mind.
We're doing. Time back on.
O'Brien put this ball into touch. Toronto will just want to hold on to possession here. Difficult conditions.
It's okay.
Head on the scoreboard.
Surrender! Stand!
Inching closer to a 5th win from their opening 5 games. Toronto, but Dewsbury have given them a real battle.
Knock on. On the floor.
Against McCrone. Or was it Bezic?
Scrum down.
Well, Bob Bezic, quick to form the scrum here, Dewsbury. You'll have a lot of teams in the Championship watching this game this afternoon, seeing how that Dewsbury have really upset Toronto. And maybe the old horsepipe will be out when Toronto's turning up to the grounds and trying to make the pitch a bit wet. Try and make it heavy, because it's certainly these conditions have helped Dewsbury. Well, they've helped themselves as well in all that they've done.
Here is Adam Ryder. Hit from Latelli.
He's been good here. He's been good. Darcy Lussick, he is the enforcer for Toronto, and Trout will looking to try and get involved, and the players just need to keep the cool here. Been really impressed with Kyle Trout, the way that he come onto that ball then. And Lussick wasn't going to hold back. He flew off the line, he spotted who was coming onto the ball. And they met fire with fire. He's been heavily involved in this game. Like I say, he is the big enforcer. He's come up with 2 bell ringers in the first half. He's hit Trout in that one. And all of a sudden, everyone's got involved. A bit of pushing and shoving. And the players just need to make sure that they keep the control, focus on the job. Oh, a solid carry from Trout. Plays with a lot of aggression, Darcy Lussick. And he's just turned around straight away and says, what's wrong with that? It was legal.
He's going in the bin.
You've got to take that.
Daniel running in. Yeah, and I'm putting him in bin. And I'm getting the penalty to Dewsbury. Anything else? Right. Darcy Lussick, 10.
Darcy Lussick, yellow carded by Michael Manifield. Too impressed with the decision, fair to say, Darcy Lussick. Will Dewsbury have a numerical advantage in these final stages?
I think Benedian, he's going off for 10 minutes in the 10-minute directive this year from the RFL. Anyone comes running in that causes everyone else to come running, which really makes it look shocking. Well, you're going to spend 10 minutes in the bin.
After I've blown for a penalty and escalates the situation. What I want now in this last 7 minutes, I want you to calm your lads down, and we're going to restart with a penalty to Dewsbury. Go away and have a minute. Yeah. Time back on.
Both captains spoken to by the official. Both down to 12.
5 minutes, Paul, to go. What are you doing? Clock's on. Okay.
Well, does that give Dewsbury that added
Bob, don't
space
react, please.
that they need? Certainly they'll have it in the middle because the enforcer's not there now.
5 minutes, boys, 5 minutes.
But down by one man, or both teams down by one man, you will find that space a bit easier.
What have Dewsbury got left?
Here we are. Hold,
Can they snatch this to claim a memorable win? Anakin.
Move!
Big hit there.
Calm yourselves. Callum. Bob.
Brave carries these.
Hold.
Andrada.
Move. 3. Time off.
The play's coming together. I think it's in the middle. I think it was Bob Bezic and Chris Anakin. The touch judge is onto the ref.
Spat.
I recommend a red card.
Right. Chris.
Is there a spit here, been alleged?
Off you go.
The red card has been shown.
Touch judge has called it. Yeah.
Touch judge came
Penalty
on there.
Toronto.
I think there's been an allegation of spitting here. And Chris Anakin is sent off by Michael Manifield in Dewsbury.
Well, that's really poor if that's what he's done. And I praised him before about how well he's played and that he wants to get back into that first team squad at Wakefield. Well, efforts and things like that certainly won't impress his coach down the road at Wakefield, Chris Chester.
Alberson for the Wolfpack. Dewsbury suddenly with a mountain to climb.
Go, 1.
12 against 11.
2.
That's Mullally. Trout. Been magnificent for Dewsbury this afternoon.
3. Move.
Andrew Dixon under the tackle from Michael Knowles. That's Bezic.
4. Move. Go, 4.
McCrone.
No.
Mullally.
5. Move.
Well, they kick the ball off the field there and just waste some time.
5 drives, the order of the day. Here is the kick from Ryan Brierley. And a perfect set as far as Brian McDermott and the Toronto Wolfpack will be concerned.
Scrum down.
Ryan Brierley knew exactly what he was doing along with Josh McCroney. Boss called it over on the blind side.
5 in front row, lads.
Kicks it off the field and you can see where that ball lands. It's just 10 metres from Dewsbury's line. And just over 2 minutes to go now. You think this set of 6 is going to be the last throw of the dice for Dewsbury. We've got to get 90 metres, score close to the post to get anything out of this game.
Okay, shot clock off. Out.
Knowles fed the scrum. Here is Sykes. And they're going to kick on the very first play here. Warrency trying to promote this ball. He's kicked it on, but O'Brien is there.
I think he was in touch though when he kicks the ball.
Toronto ball.
Rob Warrency, probably the fastest man in a Dewsbury shirt. And Paul Sykes trying to set him free, hoping that they'd take a favourable bounce. You see that when he gets the ball and he's trying to kick the ball forward, he's just stood on the white line. Touch judge straight away, perfect positioning, calls that.
Kyle, let's go. Kyle. Shot clock off.
Almost nothing in it though, Terry, and you've got to applaud the vision from Dewsbury Rams. Of course, they're trailing in the game. They need to find something. I understand that.
Hold here, John. Hold. Go.
Here is Mullally, though, for Toronto.
2. Move.
They're going to scrape towards a 5th win from 5. McCrone.
3. Move, Kyle.
Good shot from Old Trout over the top. Andrada.
3. On now.
That was Bezic. Brierley just pops one over the top. Higson can't get that ball. The most accurate pass in the world, took Hickson back.
Run down.
And
So
so
shot clock on.
Dewsbury now have a chance in possession late on.
Well, they've got one more set of 6 now here because of this pass from Ryan Brierley. Can't quite execute it in these conditions. Adam Hickson couldn't get down to the ground quick enough to pick that ball up. What's going to be on here? A lot to play instead of kicking this time, Sykes.
Need to go 80 metres here, Dewsbury. Going to get anything from this game. For Sykes. That's Andrada.
Move, Ryan.
Been impressive from the substitutes bench this afternoon. He plays the ball. This is Kabula.
And turning, trying to get his arm free, but good effort from Ryan Brierley on the bigger man.
Kyle Trout.
They've got to open it up here now.
Ricky. Matty Russell, you're off.
On halfway as Sykes picks up possession. It's a kick in, there's a ricochet. It's one from Warren C. They've still got it. Is this going to be play on? Then he's put the ball down. Toronto Wolfpack have possession back crucially.
Here we are.
Sam Day on the top of Ryan Brierley again. Come up with maybe a try saver then by getting on that ball.
Is that the last chance for the Dewsbury Rams?
One, move! Here we are, Sam.
I think it is. That'll be it now for them.
That was 0 first one.
What a huge effort from them, though. All 17 have really had a go at Brian McDermott's men.
There is the final hooter. Toronto Wolfpack do make it 5 from 5. They do go top of the table again after Sheffield's performance on Friday, but they've been given a real fright by a determined Dewsbury side. The toughest test of Brian McDermott's Toronto reign so far. They've won this one by 4 tries to 1, but it's 22 points to 17, and they continue their 100% start.